Hey guys, so today you and I are going to talk about seniors and juniors, work weeks, and learning on your free time. So let's get into it. So the question in question was a bit of a story, but the person basically asked, Frederick, how does the average work week look for a senior and a junior developer? Because I was in a company where I asked for time from my manager to learn about finances because that's what we were working with. And my manager said that they expect me to learn that in my leisure time. So the short answer here is that it depends on the senior and it depends on the junior, how your work week looks. But I think that there is another thing going on in this person's situation, and that is a big red flag. Let me explain. So there is this notion, and you should probably have heard about it by now if you are serious about becoming a programmer, and that is the notion of continuous learning. Like, IT is always moving, you need to learn new things all the time, right? And that is true to a point. You, on average, need to refresh your skills in order to stay relevant. This is the thing. Staying relevant is very different from being employed. If you want to be on the bleeding edge, then things change pretty much maybe once or twice a year. We're talking depending on the scope of things, because if you are interested in everything, absolutely everything, then you can probably keep yourself fairly busy all the time with all these new tools and concepts that come out. That doesn't mean that they're all relevant to your work process, but in order for you to be aware of them, you have to have your ear to the ground. But to work in any given company, you don't actually have to refresh your knowledge all that often, because unless you are literally working at one of the highest end companies there, where technology changes very frequently, most companies, they stick with the same tech stack for a very long time. So what I find interesting though is that this person was asking the question, to their manager, I need some time to learn about finances in my spare time. And the manager on top of that said, no, that's something we expect you to learn in your free time. I'm very sorry to say that I have been in this situation at one company, and I kind of just go, why? Why in the world would you, I mean, you're an amazing employee in many cases, but you're also a fool, if you ask me. Why in the world would you spend your free time learning about finances so that you can build things for this company? Your job, my friend, is to write code. That is your job. Now, if the company is so inept at product development that they don't realize that they need to have an environment where the knowledge of how to actually build the system is provided to their developers, well, if that's not happening, their only option is to hire developers that by some magic already know all the finance stuff. Now, I'm very sorry to say that this is not unheard of. I have been in a situation such as that. And it was a horrible experience, because I dealt with a very small company where there was one developer who had worked for years within the finance area, and I hadn't, but the expectation was that I should know it. And when I didn't know anything about it, well, the company's solution to that problem was to give me a telephone so I could call in to the tax office and sit and talk to some person who is paid to just answer maybe a question or two about my taxes, not help me develop an entire system to deal with this situation. That was the solution. It's beyond words. It's completely beyond words. It's so stupid that I don't even know what to say about it. And the situation that the subscriber is describing is literally as stupid as that, because you are a junior developer, my friend. Your focus, for your own sake, should be to get really good at programming, because that is an entire profession in of itself. Finances is also an entire profession in of itself. Now, a sane working company will provide you with a product owner or some type of, if we're talking about complicated things, they provide you with a domain expert, somebody who has a deep understanding of the area that you're dealing with, so that you can convert those specifications into working code, and so that they then can use their knowledge to verify that the system is actually behaving in the way that they want. That is how practically all the sane companies work. Because as you can just ask yourself, like, how feasible is it for you? Let's say that you worked in the medical industry. Are you supposed to be a doctor to be able to write a medical system? Or is that also part of your job description? Let's reverse the question. Why isn't your manager helping you with the coding? Well, he or she is working in an IT company. Why are they sitting around with spreadsheets and Excel documents instead of helping you to write the software? I mean, that should be part of their job description, right? And what's even worse is that your question isn't even, because the thing is, you didn't ask for time to work on your tech skills, which I'm very sorry to say, some very unprogressive IT companies also have this idea that, well, you should learn all IT related things outside of work, because at work you're here to code. This does happen, and I'm very sorry to say it's a fairly poor indicator of the quality of the engineering values within that company, but it does happen. Well, that's not what you were asking. You were asking literally, can I get some time to learn the domain of the area that I'm working on so I can actually build the thing that you want me to build? And that's something you should not be asking for this. They should be providing this to you. It's such a weird situation that you're describing to me, but as I said, I have been in it, and all I can tell you, if you have any chance, leave this company. Because a normal work week, if we're going to compare the junior to the senior, because I'm guessing that you are asking this because you want to understand if the seniors have to do this as well, and I can tell you, no, they don't. The senior developers who are studying in their spare time are most likely not studying finances or studying whatever the company is, whatever business the company is in. If you're in a retailing business, should you learn everything about sales as well so that you can write there's no expectation for you to do that, because it's not your job. Your job is to produce a well-working digital system, and that is very plain and common knowledge to any sane working work environment. So what I want you to take away from this is that the differences between a work week for a junior and a senior developer, well, there's practically no difference apart from the task that you are handed. But I don't think that this is the real question here. Your real question here is am I expected to learn finances or the domain of my company in my spare time? And I will tell you, no, you are not expected to do that. If this is a company where this is expected, I would argue leave that company immediately, because what they're asking you literally is to take whatever free time that they are not paying for and asking you to to basically pay for your own education within their sphere of influence, or their sphere within their area, and for nothing. They're basically asking you to educate yourself for free. And unless that's translating into a better paycheck for you, or unless it's translating into a better market value for you, then why would you? Then you're just doing something, you're just paying them to work at their company. If you do anything in your spare time, it should either be to have leisure time, feel healthy, be healthy, or educate yourself in digital systems, educate yourself in programming related tasks, because these are the things that you will get paid to do. Because they're not paying you to be a finance geek, they're paying you because you can write software. So your investment should be towards software development skills, not finance skills. That's something that they should be providing to you, and any sane digital company will provide domain experts to the developers, because developers, I'm sorry to say, focus on coding. That's their job. They shouldn't know all the business related things to different areas of this industry. That is something somebody else has as a job. Have a great day.